Hello, hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? Oh, goodness. Oh, God. Down a little bit of beer. Yes, hello. Right off the bat, welcome to Ad Hours. See, this is the best part, is that everyone's subscription ran out, so everyone has to watch the ads now. Yay! I don't even know what ads I get people anymore. They just get more. Yay! Yes, hello everyone. My name is Notepad and on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today was a little bit busy for me. I went to a convention. I went to a furry convention, as one does on their Saturday. I went to a furry convention. Learned a lot about myself, as I usually do, and yet again, I am the architect of my own misery. And going to a furry convention, you learn a lot about yourself. It's over. You learn a lot about yourself going to a furry convention. And I've gone for the past 3 years, and every time I go, the more visceral the reaction becomes. I don't get ads. You have 4 hours per day on Twitch. You don't get ads. Yeah, yeah. You don't realize things until you see a grown ass man in a pups in a pup mask. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you all what I had to deal with today. I unnecessarily large amount. I had to see grown ass men. We can't scroll down, by the way. We can. I saw grown-ass men in these. One guy had a collar on and was on a leash. I saw a grown-ass man on a fucking leash. Now, I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine this man looking at you, dead on, wearing effectively budget bondage gear. In addition to everything else, and 5 feet away from him, just dead-eyed looking at him, is little Timmy, age 8. Yeah, it's... It's one of those things where you look at it, and you have a surreal moment where you disassociate from reality, and you're like, this isn't real. I am in a waking nightmare. I am in a waking nightmare. I am going to turn a corner and I'm going to wake up in my bed in a minute. But then you realize it's not a waking nightmare, that this is all happening completely legitimately. And this is just something you have to deal with. And I did, and I looked at all of it. I saw all the artwork. I went to the, saw all the artwork. Saw all of the various fursuiters. Too many of them, in fact. Far too many fursuiters. You learn a lot about people going to those things. You learn a lot about human beings. And you learn that maybe we don't deserve to have nice things. Maybe we aren't allowed. Well, I checked it. Well... Well, I chat with a talking notepad, so dreams and reality already a bit mixed. Yeah, no, it was really fascinating. Now, luckily, I went as Tufty. For those who don't know, a friend of the channel. This is a friend of the channel. This is Tufty. Everyone follow Tufty. We all love Tufty. Tufty is our local rat man. Now, the funny thing with our local rat man is that he is a furry. He's writing a furry game. Now, but effectively with these things where you can't just put in your name, they won't let you do that. No. You have to put in your furry name. So I put in Tufty's name, so technically Tufty has attended Anthrocon. And last year I went as another one of my friends. And it will never stop. Anytime I go to these things, I'm going to put down someone else's name. None of you are safe. I could put down anyone, and it's great because they don't check anything, obviously. So I was there. I was Tufty. I introduced myself as Tufty. Talked to people as Tufty, trying to mimic what Tufty would say. It was a unique situation. I learned a lot about myself. What was your persona? I went as the strongest persona available. Me, a man. I was but a man. I was as my resident quote furry fan would say, I went as a dweeb. Oh geez. Well, no longer speaking about furry things, we have to deal with something else funny. The Ennies got announced. I meant to talk about this yesterday, but I was too busy working on Metal Saviors. The Ennies got announced. The 2024 nominees for the Ennie Awards. Now, some people might be wondering, what are the Ennie Awards? The Ennies are effectively our, it's the tabletop role-playing Oscars. That's the best way to think about them. They are our big, fancy awards for everybody. It is hosted at Gen Con. It's the big thing. Now, I just want to go over some of these and why I find them there's some interesting additions here. There's some interesting additions here. So, as you can see, our Judge Spotlight winners, yeah, James Serrano here, Field Guide to Action Adventure Crossover Sourcebook, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, Transformers. Gods of the Forbidden North, Volume 1. What's Gods of the Forbidden North, Volume 1? It's an OSC supplement. It's a OSC supplement. And I'm like, all right, okay, all right, let's keep going down there. Best Adventure. All right, we got some Best Adventures, Best Short Form Adventures. They outright call Best Short Form Adventures Eat the Reich. Eat the Reich is actually a weird game, and I kind of want to talk about it. But I've heard people say that it is not actually a role-playing game, that it's a board game. It is a board game that it is a board game that pretends it's a role-playing game that they were too lazy to create a board or cards for. I'm like, all right, good start. Best aid, all right, base, best aid, non-digital, all right. Best cover art, Eat the Reich, obviously. Not the End by Mana Project. Tomorrow City, Dieselpunk role-playing. Never heard of never heard of this one. However, this is Osprey. I do like Osprey. Osprey games are usually pretty interesting. Best interior art, Eat the Reich, Violet Grasslands 2, Imperial Male Dictum. Best cartography. All right. Okay, best community content. Interesting. Best family game / product. This is where things start getting a little bit odd. The My Little Pony role-playing game is currently in the same category as Break. The game where you can get dismembered in one combat. Oh, alright. A family game. If I Were a Lich Man. Oh. Funny Jewish role-playing games. Funny Jewish role. Can we put these on the list anymore? All right, that's interesting. Best free game / product. Heckin' Good Doggos, Level 1, the free RPG day. Losing Face, Rivers of London, The Domestic. Okay, all right, can't be that bad. Best game. Kobolds Ate My Baby. The Orange Book. A game that came out a while ago. So yeah, this game came out technically a while ago. This is a 10-year-old game that recently got a re-release, effectively. Yeah, it's the polymorph version of Kobolds Ate My Baby. Yep. Alright. Alright. Not the End. This is a funny one. Not the End came out in 2019. This has been out since 2019. I want everyone to remember that. 2019. Actually, no, this was 2021. That doesn't help either. That's not even better. But there is another game that came out in 2019, though. But yeah, weird thing about Not the End. Mana Project Studios didn't make Not the End. They did another game entire. Like, that's one of those things where they didn't do Not the End. This is not Mana Project Studios' game. Mana Project Studios worked with another team for this. I can't remember their exact team, what the, if I remember correctly, it's not Mana Project Studios. They actually went through a completely different team for this. And it was, it's from the Cowboy Bebop game. Let me, I have to remember this. I'm probably going to be the only one who's ever going. Yep, there we go. First video. It was... Yeah, Fumble GDR. The thing is, Fumble GDR are the people who actually made Not the End. And... but, we're not going to comment on that, okay? As you see right here, this is actually something they worked on. This is their game that they published through Mana Project Studios. However, Mana Project Studios is obviously going to get all the credit for it, which is really funny in a sad kind of way. But yeah, this game came out in 2021. This isn't like a second edition of the game or something. This is legitimately a game that came out 3 years ago. But don't worry, it's going to win. It might hit. It is the chance of it winning an award this year is great. I love this. This is astounding. Outgun came out not too long ago. It came out this year, surprisingly. All right, okay, easy enough. I've been meaning to go over that one. Salvage Union, of course. We all love Salvage Union. Yeah, Salvage Union came out 3 months ago. It's not 2023 games. It's effectively like halfway through this month and halfway through the last year. Yeah, it's... Yeah, Salvage Union can win, and Shadow Dark, because we all love Shadow Dark. Yeah, Shadow Dark. I fucking love Shadow Dark. I love Shadow Dark. I love it. It's Luca's favorite game. I love Shadow Dark. Everyone say how much you love Shadow Dark right now. 3, 2, 1. I love Shadow Dark. I love Shadow Dark. Best layout. Break. Not the End. 2021. Super Pink. So Cyberpunk, yeah, this one, when did this game come out? I'm curious. This game was released, yes, last year, over a year ago, over a year ago. But all right, this is the chance of winning something. All right. Not the End, of course. Shadow Dark, Teeth. You'll love Teeth, right? This game. Best Monsters, okay, Best Monsters, Best Online Content, Best Production Values, Best RPG related combat, content, Best Rules, Shadow Dark, Salvage Union, Not the End, Action 12 Cinema, and Pathfinder fucking 2nd edition, a game that came out in 2019. Okay. I know what they're doing. This is not Pathfinder 2nd edition they're actually trying to give it an award to. They are trying to give it to Pathfinder 2.5. Because they did a full remaster removing everything. there is a distinct chance that they will hand best rules to a remastered version of a 2019 game based on Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. I love the Ennies so fucking much. I adore the Ennies. I think more people should do with more Ennies. Best settings, it's yay. Best streaming content. Best supplements, not the end. Best writing. Product of the year. VTM, Shadow Dark, Salvage Union, not the end, Eat the Reich. You ever feel tired? You ever just feel like really, really tired? And you get really annoyed and then get mad? Like, you get really, really mad and then get really, really sad. And there's nothing you can do about it. Do they even want to research? Like, my guess is Mana Project Studios put it in this year, therefore Not the End got it. Pathfinder 2nd Edition did remasters this year, which isn't even out yet fully, by the way. That's important to note as well. The remaster isn't even out all the way yet. It's mostly out, but yeah, that's why they want to hand them an award. Shadow Dark, obviously. It's just really... It's a Sisyphean fucking task sometimes. People wonder, Notepad, why are you so cynical about this industry? Why are you so cynical? And it's shit like this is why I am cynical. Why I am tired. Why I feel so dead inside sometimes. Where it's like, oh boy, what's the greatest games in the industry according to the best of the best, apparently. Surprise, it's not. It's just Pathfinder because Paizo's probably putting a lot of money down. And at a certain point you have to realize that no, they aren't the standard. Yeah, I know. I try to every year I like to look at the Ennies. Every year the Ennies somehow manage to disappoint me further. And every year I try my best to not kill myself. But I am a productive human being, and I don't do that, because I'm a good person and not losing my mind. I am not... It's a wonder that you still have the willpower to get angry at that stupid stuff. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't. Here's the thing, I really shouldn't. I should just not care. I should just sit down and just say, no, not my problem anymore. I don't care, I can't care, but it hurts. So let's see. So Diana Jones, this is for 2024. These are our finalists. Adepticon, Games Convention Midwest. All right. Pink Tiger Games. Okay, never heard of this one, but Fastival. All right, Denmark. TR for... Oh, wait, a charity bundle might win? What? A charity bundle might win. A workers' union might win the Diana Jones Award for Excellence in Gaming. A union. A bundle of people, a bundle of games by people, by Rude Dicky. Who have you made? I want to know, Rude Dicky, what games have you made? I need to know what games you've worked on. I Oh no. Oh no. She's a well, he's a gypsy. Oh. Not even axe wounds. That's the worst part. Like, yeah, festival, like, alright, board game convention, alright. Alright, you know, I don't know, maybe this is important. I don't know, I don't follow board game, card game stuff, but, you know, it's like, okay, Adepticon, that's cool. Like, that would be a weird, yeah, so, remember the time they gave a bunch of awards out to, for people being black? Remember that? I remember that. I remember how a bunch of black people got an award because they were black. That was their only qualifier. They were black. Which is racist as shit, by the way. I'm so fucking excited. Yeah. One of them had passed away. Which, hey, let's honor someone who passed away. Alright, that's completely legitimate. Let's honor a guy who passed away because he was black is really fucking weird, by the way. Like, that's the thing that I'm, like, most, like, in pain about, if that makes sense. Like, that's the part that hurts, I think. It's not the part that it's just like, let's honor a guy who passed away, even though he did a lot for it. It's let's honor a guy who passed away because he was black and no other reason. He was just black. Fuck, man. What do you even fucking say to that? What do you even fucking do? Jesus. Jesus. Like, what do you even say to that? Like, oh, congratulations, we gave you an award because you're black. I'm like, holy fuck. Imagine if I, like, that, and I've told this before. And I've told people this before. It's the same, it would be the same if someone approached me being like, congratulations, you're winning an award for the quality of your work. And I'm like, cool. And it's like, oh, no, we're giving you the award because you're Jewish. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's real neat. Like, no other reason? No, because you're Jewish. I'm like, no, fuck you. I don't want it. That's what I would say. Fuck you. I don't want it. I wanted my accomplishments, not the fact that I was bored with having to worry about Shabbat. Like, all right, let's get to work. We are doing relics today. Relics are a pain in the ass. This is also our main selling point. We're going to be working on this pretty much most of it. And isn't that racial profiling? Yeah. Isn't that the same reason for the Grammys? Well, it would be like if the Grammys came out and being like, congratulations, we are giving, like, we are handing out a bunch of awards to people based on the sole fact that you're black. No other reason. That's the part that's really weird. And it's like, yeah, just give Mike Pondsmith an award. He deserves one at this point. Give Mike Pondsmith a fucking award. But don't give Mike Pondsmith an award along with everybody else because he's black. Too much to give the trophy to white women. Admittedly, Taylor Swift, I think Taylor Swift has stopped being a human being. Here's the thing, I think Taylor Swift isn't a human being anymore. I think Taylor Swift is a horrifying amalgamation creature that it's gonna be revealed one day being like she's like just, you know, doubled up. Yeah, she's become an avatar. Yeah, she is just an avatar being. She, you know, it's just like, oh hey Taylor, what's going on? She twists her head 4 times around, summons the ancient black word from beyond the colors of time, and then it's like, I'm doing great. Like, oh, okay. Like, she's got a fucking cult. That's the problem. She has a fucking cult. Like, that's the funniest part about it. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to work. Horrors that lurk beyond the gates. Let's see. Weapons forged of let's see. Horrors that lurk in the gates of, beyond the gates of reality and in the darkness cannot be felled by easily felled by weapons forged of mortal steel. But as a blessing from on high. Extremely tiny penis men are out there. The penis men are here. Oh god. Relics are specialized. Let's see. Specialized artifacts. Actually, specialized artifacts. Blessed by the Lord to fight and exercise demonic influence and other supernatural creatures of the night. Holy weapons. No, let's see. These holy weapons come in many forms, often forged from The holy weapons come in many forms, forged by saintly artificers, uncovered by the Holy Church in their expeditions in forgotten places of the world. They are wielded. Let's see. They are wielded by the Lord's chosen, adjudicators and saints. Adjudicators and saints. Holy and unrighteous. Exorcise. Exercise. Exercise. Exercise, demonic influence. It keeps trying to tell you, like, it's exercise. No, it's exercise. Demonic influence on the supernatural creatures. These holy weapons are going to be forged by Saint Land. Why women cults so lame? They all super deranged but not cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's no good reason. So what are we making today? We're working more on Cruciform. We're hammering out. Today is Relic Day. We are about halfway through, but really we're a lot further along than you would think. We're a lot further along because a lot of the rest of this is just formatting stuff. Once we get done with formatting stuff, then I can bring out the manuscript. Generally speaking, my goal is to get the manuscript up by the end of the month. That is my goal. I want to get the manuscript by the end of the month. Will we get there? Don't know. Let's see. Adjudicator's relic is bonded with them. The Adjudicator's relic is bonded with them. Welded to their soul. Did you ever bond with them? We welded to their souls and anchored against the impure and allowing them to burn away taint. That may infect them. Their ability with a bonded relic, the Adjudicator talents and abilities. Become supernatural, become inhuman. With a bonded relic, the Adjudicator's talents and abilities become inhuman, allowing them few of only the few let's see, few are able to bond with more than one. Few among the Adjudicators are able to bond with more than one relic. One of the signature Few among the Adjudicators able to bond with more than one relic. The oh, right there. So, St. Conrad. Chivalric codes. Let's see. Few among them bond with more than one relic. St. Conrad, 3 blades. The 3 bladed has 3 relics bound to him. Though seen in the Barry Lane is contentious due to his delusions of knighthood and chivalric codes. Yeah, there's just one guy who thinks he's an actual fucking knight. He's got 3 fucking swords that float behind him all the way. You know, yeah, average burial agency fucking nutter. Is bound until death. Let's see. The bond between the adjudicator and electronic marriage is bound until death. Should the adjudicators their relic will lose its luster. Well, let's see. Will lose its luster or will be inert until it is bonded with another willing adjudicator to take up the mantle. Let's see. Each adjudicator only defense against evil. Never their only weapon. There we go. Yeah, it's their only defense against the world. However, it's never their only weapon. Because we do that. We want to exorcise demons. All of these voices inside my head. Frustrations get bigger. Bang, bang, bang. Boy, that was triggered. Okay, how do we want to do that? How do we want to do this? Please different steps. Okay, this is where things start getting a little bit iffy. Because what I want to have happen is effectively Dante from Devil May Cry. Like, Dante has a number of number of weapons. Let's just say this. He's got a number of weapons. Let me see if I can find his... Yeah, you get things like this. You get, good old-fashioned, fucking, rebellion. Trademark, magic sword. This is his... If you want to be really specific, this would be Dante's relic. He has a... This would be his main relic. However, the thing is, and then you also get, like, ebony and ivory. Ebony and ivory are not actually, like, real... Like, I wouldn't say they're not real guns, but they are not, like... They're M1911s. Let's just say that. They're chambered with 45 ACP. But the big thing you have to understand... Like, ebony and ivory are not, like, Dante's main way of dealing with enemies. Dante whips out ebony and ivory to fucking juggle your ass in the air, or to deal with enemies that he cannot reach immediately. That's the big thing with both of these guns. That's what I want to have happen here. This is important. I want you to have a, hey, I have a weapon that is not necessarily a good, like a real weapon, not a relic. I want you to be like, oh man, I'm fighting an enemy. How do I deal with you? Oh, I know. I'm going to bust out a fucking gun. I am going to bring my holy M1911 and I am going to shoot you with it to kill you. Yeah, it's like, oh wow. Wowzers. What am I gonna fucking do here? I'm going to... They are custom guns, like having a personalized M16. Yeah, they're super hyper customized, but the idea is the same. Is like these are not relics. These are M1911s that have been changed. This is what I want to have occur, is you bringing out your fucking gat. Just one of those things like, oh man, I'm not, oh no, I've got my cool giant greatsword and, powered by holy energy. I'm not feeling too hot, but that enemy looks like a long ways away. And then you draw your fucking M1911 and just start shooting. Oh man, what does he have? Oh, a fucking revolver that he shoots. Bang, 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 pull my devil trigger. It's a fucking, what was it? Yeah, you get like, oh, what's your, like, what kind of gun do you have? Oh, I have a fucking blunt line. Just like, I have a revolver that I shoot people with, because it's a fucking, I've chambered my gun in like 50s. It's not gonna kill a demon. It'll never kill a demon, but that's not the point. The point is that I shot it in the fucking face with a gun. Yeah, there we go. The fucking Sparta's sword. It's Sparta. Good old Sparta. There we go. Determine its form, size, and let's see. 3 steps to determine its form, size, and blessing. Form is what the relic actually is, and its application, and its innate properties. Not every, let's see, not every relic is built. Not every relic is the same. See, not every relic is the same. Often relics take on many forms with unique applications. Let's see. Not every relic is the same. Often relics take on many forms. That will inspire. Tend to have weapons of some variety as a relic, but it is. Let's see. Adjudicators tend to have weapons of some variety as their relic, but it's also entirely possible for an adjudicator to wear sacred armor or a fashioned. Okay, let's take a look here. So, if only from must come easy to understand, having a strange sense of humor at points. So some objects may not be appear divinely appointed or appropriate, but may be powerful relics in the right hand. Melee weapons, ranged relics. Miscellaneous relics. Size. How large and how feasible it is to carry around. Ah, Jesus. Ah, fuck. Ow. Ow. Okay. Ooh, what am I looking at here? What am I actually doing here? So, effectively, we want to create fuck. I don't know what to do here. God damn it. The idea behind the relics is simple. Here's the thing. The idea behind a relic is simple. I want to create something. I want to have a big fucking sword as my relic. Cool, you have your big fucking sword as your relic. Because you have your relic this way, it is that, and it's a, currently it would be a sword, and it would be large. That's all it would be. That's a big fucking sword. You do things effectively, and that's it. Loading up with blessings indicates special abilities and special effects the relic has. The current situation is that these should feel more impactful than they currently are, and they should feel better. How do I make them feel better? How do I make these feel better but also get my ebonies and ivories? Ow. Fuck. How do I get my ebony and my ivory? That's the complicated part. This is the current situation. I want to have my cake and eat it. And that's not working because my cake doesn't want to be eaten. What am I thinking of? God damn it. God, ow. Fucking god damn it. Something's in my eye. Something's in my eye and it's hurting now. Right. If you have ideas, now's the time to tell me, because I'm kind of flying on blind right now. Because what I want to have happen is I want players to feel cool, and I want players to say, hey, here's my relic, this is my cool ass relic, this is my cool thing. I want people to feel cool for using a cool relic. I want people to feel really good about using an item that they have on them. Currently, the main issue is things like recoil. Like, a super heavy weapon does a lot. The problem with the super heavy weapon is that you have a recoil. The second you use it, your beat die actually decreases. It does a lot of fucking damage. However, it does a lot of damage and it forces you to actually recoil. This doesn't work. Why doesn't this work, Notepad? It doesn't work because it's too big. Things are too big. We can't have these be too big. We need to make these smaller. We need to make an item list. I don't want to make an item. This is one of those situations where I'm just kind of stumped with. I know what I want to do. I know how to do it. It's just doing it. I can see it in my head, but I don't know how to make that work properly. That's what's bugging me about. turn up the music so people have something to actually listen to between my hemming and hawing. Okay, let's just speak out what I want. And that might help. Rubber ducking this shit, because rubber ducking is helpful. Relics as of right now are just a bunch of tags. They're just a bunch of things that allow you to do something. Now, the problem is, generally speaking, every character is going to have effectively one relic, and they're going to stick with that relic forever. There's no reason to deviate. So, I want people to feel comfortable shifting to another weapon. I want someone comfortable to bring out an ebony or an ivory or something like that. Like, this is my gun, this is what it does, how it works. And because I'm grabbing my ebony and ivory, it's how it's going to function. However, what do we do to make it special? What do we do here? Or do I just say fuck it and write out a fuck ton of weapons? If we write out a bunch of weapons and armor and things like that, we're going to increase it. Because there are some which are just goofy. That's one of the issues right now. Some of the options are just goofy, which I don't know if we want to keep those goofy options or we're just ready to, are we ready to just say fuck it? Because you get things like, oh, I want to have boots, a cloak, a crucifix, a grimoire, something like that. However, that doesn't really indicate size. Because size is going to indicate the damage die and the power. Technically, a big actual, fucking crucifix is possible. It would just be a comically oversized crucifix. That's not the intent, obviously. However, that is an option as of right now. Or like, oh, I have boots, but no, they're not boots. They're comically oversized boots. So I'm like, okay, that's not quite what we're working with. What am I looking for here? Gotta be an answer. Unless I just say fuck it. If we say fuck it, we just have to write out literally every kind of possible weapon there is. If we write out effectively we would have to write out every single variation of every item. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19. That'd just be 76 different unique items that would need to be written out. Or at least a large chunk of different items that will all have separate effects. And then you just choose a blessing. Is that what we have to do? What's your all opinion? What is your all opinion? Now's the time to assist Notepad in his mad quest for world domination. Fuck, if anyone is still listening. Could try dumping forms. Yeah, and the issue with dumping forms, Wombat. The thing why I'm The thing I'm hesitant about dumping forms for is that we'll end up in an analysis paralysis situation. That's my true fear. Unironically, that we would end up in an analysis paralysis. That here's a million different options now. Just choose a bunch of tags and that's what your weapon does. It'd be like, oh no. The forms pretty much let people kind of like hyper focus down, like, oh, a polearm seems good because it does damage. It does a lot of damage. It has long melee. I want to choose that. Or, oh hey, I want to use an axe because I want to play a big woodsman guy. Well, I want to have a big axe, so I want to select axe rather than kind of deal with a bunch of little individual tags. That's why I'm thinking about keeping forms and literally just writing them out. Because if we were to write them out, let's just do a little bit of a... First things first, we would need a name. We would need damage, range. Actually, no, we just need damage, tags, and we just need technically 4 because it would be name, base damage. Why are you aerial? Why is it aerial here? Stop being aerial. Stop that. Stop that right now. You don't need to be aerial. No one needs to ever be aerial. That would be base damage, power, and then we would need to... Then it would be tagged. So this is what every single thing would technically be. It would be a gigantic fucking table. And if we're using this just to kind of provide a little bit of an example. Just to provide just something. Let's just say we have a hand axe is... That would be a small... I would say a small... So it would do, see, the base damage, this would do 1d4, it would do 1d4 plus 3 damage. It do d4 plus 3 damage, it would have a power of, since it would be 1, it would have a power of 1, and it would have concealable, it would have concealable and pierce 3. That's all it would have. This is what a basic hand axe would look like. We would just be using the things already here and just writing them down all individually. My adjudicator, moments before the slam. Oh. I feel like writing 70 plus options out have the same analysis paralysis. Exactly. It's kind of a you're fucked if you do and fucked if you don't situation. That's the problem. You see what at the impasse I am at, Wombat. This is such a unique fucking fuck. It's such a unique fucking issue because there's not a good way of doing this. It's either you would keep the current method and then you have a bunch of goofy options. Unironically, it's goofy ass options. You know, it's like, oh, you want to get rid of goofy options. You could try limiting size by category or by form. But then that, again, the issue there, the issue is how I've written it out currently, is that I would need to understand when it comes to like armor, heavier armor obviously indicates it being a little bit more difficult to understand. Boost doesn't quite work because it's just how the size currently is how the power operates. So I would effectively need to write out all the miscellaneous relics, then write out all the melee relics to be different. That's kind of the issue. That's kind of the situation there, is you would need to separate them out, and then suddenly it's like, okay, these are now two different entities that you have to put a paragraph in there saying, well, these are different things. And I'm like, okay, I want to keep things as consistently as possible. I want to maintain consistency between everything. But that's the hard part because there's no consistency. Well, I should ask, how are you seeing this, Wombat? How are you seeing this? Ah, fuck. It shouldn't be as difficult. I can see it. The thing is, I can see it, but I can't enunciate it. Each relic can only get so big. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Mm. 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 Let's see. Mm. Mm. That. Mm. Let's see. Mana from on high that has made the relic. That has made the relic. Mm. Let's see. Made the relic an artifact of the church. Let's see. Blessing. Let's see. Blessings augment the. Let's see. Lending it A to let's adjudicate all augments. Form that. Okay, so Okie dokie. Da 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 da. No, I meant popping after I ate dinner and then an hour late. How are we doing today, boys? We're working on relics. Relics! Hell yeah, baby. I'm drinking on an empty stomach, so let's fucking go. No, let's see. Mm. Let's see. Ranged. You getting a number of points in the arena that. Turning the. Yeah, that's the main problem right now. So, like, the thing is, we're in a unique dilemma because there are things that are nonsensical. Like, and I don't mean like fun nonsensical. I mean, they are just goofy, but why would you ever not choose? Why would you ever not choose a super heavy fucking crucifix? There's no reason to not select the super heavy crucifix. Yeah, so what if it looks like I'm carrying around I'm carrying around fucking Wolfwood's, cross. Doesn't matter. I get a lot more out of it than what I would normally have to deal with. So I'm like, all right, I need to do something to make this easier. I need to add something to this. I need to make this better. So we're going to this. Okay, let's see. Okay. Or it bleeds over into be to mark his form of maximum size, the absolute limit of how large Relic can get before it bleeds over into being unreasonable for a human being to use. Should a okay. Our max size. Cumbersome 4 would bring us down from D20, D20, D12, 8, 6, D. Juggernaut effectively means that you are never rolling above a D4. It's fucking hell. You should never take Juggernaut. Actually, you know, we'll reduce that down to 3. Wait, now I'm confused. Are you saying super heavies are too good, not good enough, or that smaller relics don't seem enticing enough? Effectively, the issue here is how power works. So, power indicates the effect of this X value. That's the thing you gotta remember. It affects the value of this X value. For weapons, it works pretty decently. So if I have a super heavy axe, for example, if I go down here, super heavy is a power 4, but I have to deal with all these things. So I look up here and say, okay, so that would be a pierce 12. If it ever has armor, I get to go through 12 of it. It's really, really good. I can punch through things really easily. However, this leads to a unique situation when it comes to things like this. What does super heavy armor actually do? For armor, it increases the amount of armor you have, which is effectively its damage reduction, and reduces the amount of brace you have, which technically isn't here, because we need a change brace. It doesn't do anything else, because recoil only does something when you use it. So recoil is useless now. Cumbersome still does something, don't get me wrong, but then you get things such as the Crucifix. The Crucifix entirely depends on the amount of power you get. So let's say, for example, my super heavy, that would be 8 additional casts of magic. That's nothing to scoff at. But again, recoil doesn't do anything, so you'd only have to worry about Cumbersome, which only brings you down to a D8, but having to be the ability to use 8 more abilities is pretty fucking good. That's kind of the, that's what I kind of mean, is the miscellaneous, the miscellaneous relics sidestep or ignore certain aspects of the drawbacks. So it's either I create an entirely new set of drawbacks for the problem, or I give them a reason to care about it. Or again, you're effectively I'm saying, hey, you have to worry about this, or something like that. That's kind of the idea. It's saying, hey, you are using a super you have a super heavy Crucifix. That's the entire idea. That means you can never have a miraculous Crucifix. You can't boost your miraculous up that much. Let's see. We want. Dun, 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 dun. If we're crabs, we're all gonna make it, bros. What about making mist relics function as weapon? Nowhere near as good as regulars, but making them being blessed weapons mean they're probably going to see their fair. Means they're probably going to be used a fair bit. Now, yeah, the idea with them, like the miscellaneous relics, like all of the, if we consider these to be all our miscellaneous relics, The idea was things like the cloak and armor are entirely defensive based. These are things that let you protect yourself better while you're using a not as good weapon. You're not using a good weapon, and it's harder for you to kill enemies. On the other hand, you're being able to tank a lot of damage. You know, cloak being able to evade, armor being able to brace yourself, being able to soak damage. While busto, like, yeah, you get additional momentum by using boosts. You have good boots, you can get additional momentum. That's why I kind of want to implement the ebony and ivory system, with the idea of ebony and ivory being having a miraculous weapon still means that you're doing really well. Having a miraculous weapon this is a weapon that is better than having a miraculous gun, for example. Let's say I have a miraculous fucking M1911. This is a relic gun. This is an impressive, stupid, giant, evil fucking gun. If I aim and I fire that gun, I'm gonna do miraculous damage. I'm doing miracle shit. This is a relic. If I just pull out a regular gun and shoot someone with that, it's not gonna do nearly as much damage. On the other hand, I don't really have to worry about it. The idea of using any of the miscellaneous relics is that either A, you're using the Crucifix or the Grimoire, which is to say, I want to cast magic a lot more, or holy circles a lot more, rather than my damage. My damage is not coming from a weapon. My damage is coming from casts, because casts can do a lot of damage, and that's the advantage of cast and miraculous. Or I want to have shield, which what does shield do? Shield allows you to use like shield finisher action equal to the amount of power the relic has. Reduces all damage to 0. I've been hit by an attack that does 8 million damage. No, I don't. I say no. I don't get hit by that. The vestments, restoration. Restoration is additional amount of conviction when using the breather action. That's kind of the idea, is like, using these different things provide very different bonuses and very different benefits. You are substituting raw offense material for raw defensive or raw utility-based ones. Someone showing up with a fucking with a relic crucifix is saying, I am coming in here to cast a shit ton of miracles at you. I am going to throw a bunch of magic bullshit at you to try to kill you. So, actually, we do that, and then bow... Actually, what we can do... This M1911 had a nail that was used to crucify Christ melted into the steel to make it. Yeah, you're seeing what like a relic fucking, gun would look like. Like, yeah, this is an M1911 forged by God himself to fuck your day up. Mm. 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 See, adjudicators carried out in the moment's notice. Without a second thought, being drawn at a moment's notice and used without half a second between doubt and intent. Larger weapons. Mm. Mm. Oh. Let's see. Mm. 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 Damage die. We want to do. Do something like that, and we do. Mm. Mm. No, actually, we increase it by 5 because you have the recoil 2. Recoil 2 is fucking horrifying because it effectively means you'll never doubt in conviction. Yeah, conviction is health. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm. Hmm. Unless we do something like this would be a little janky, but mm. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Because the idea is we could maybe make no. I'm overcomplicating. Stop overcomplicating things. Bad. Don't need to do that. Okay, so weapon size. Actually, don't want to do relic sizes. Relic sizes. You wieldy. You're awful. Don't hit a lot. Okay, so we've got this. So give that. We give them the value of being only one, of having something like that. Of having a small relic means you get a +4 at the start of momentum. Momentum's a lot. You get a lot of bonus stuff for it, so you want to keep it going. You want to keep it going. You're going to keep. So. Okay, so let's see. Blade, executor. You know what I can do? So aerial damage. Character struck by the weapon while aerial takes bonus damage. Agile. Can be used with strength of fin for a weapon. Don't really have anything with agile. We don't need to that. Ammunition. Certain amount of ammunition once used must be reloaded. What's reload? To reload. To use the reload action to use it again. Is reload fun? Ow. Okay. Okay. I know what we're doing. Okay. I know how we're doing this. Okay. We're doing. Ah! Youch! Domida youch. We want to do that. We want that. We want that. We don't want reload. Reload is lame. Reload is lame, and lame things don't deserve to be happy. Range -1 0 0 +1. But that means reduce the ranges of everything, and then we range right here. Mel. Is reload fun? Questionable. Is an action that you could include to increase a beat die. That's the thing, because it originally was a combo ender. That's the thing. It was originally a combo ender. That's why I'm like, is reloading even fun? Like, what's the point of reloading? That's the question. What is the point of reloading? What do I get out of it? Yeah, it's just like, it's literally a combo ender. Unless I want to put it, like, up here, maybe? Like, as an action? Like, oh, you reload your weapon? Use it to amp your next damage. That's not a bad idea, actually. Six, that would be 5K. There we go. There we go. We can have our cake and eat it too. So what we do is we do size, indicates all values of tags. If you have a Juggernaut gun, if I have a Juggernaut gun, I can fire it once before I need to reload. If I don't do that, my reload, it doesn't work, but I do get a damage bonus out of it. No, that's... Fuck! Fuck, shit, god damn it. What is this? That doesn't work. Shit. God damn it. Okay. That doesn't work. Okay, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Fuck. Hmm. How do you make do you even make reload? Do you even make reloading interesting? How do you make reloading interesting? But you don't make reloading. Reloading inherently doesn't fucking do anything. What are you reloading? You're reloading a fucking gun. You're in a goddamn thing. You automatically do that. Why? Because you're good at that. Why would you ever want to reload? But then we have characters with fucking cannons. If can't, how do we balance a goddamn cannon? Cannons usually fire slow and they're usually difficult to use. Yeah, you have the recoil and the cumbersome, but at the end of the day, you're still shooting a fucking D20. So how do you? I mean, reload and recoil add a... Can you make reloading interesting? There's a lot of different factors. Here's the thing. There's a lot of different factors, and it kind of depends on the situation. Option 1. This is hypothetical 1. I have a big fucking D20 cannon. I shoot my D20 cannon every single round. My D20 cannon deals D4 plus D20 damage. Very consistently. That's a lot of fucking damage. And I want a Juggernaut weapon to feel that way. I want a Juggernaut weapon to feel like a giant piece of shit. This is a comically oversized weapon. On the other hand, you are never going to reach above a D6. Effectively, as a person, you are never going to reach above a D6 because you have cumbersome and you have all these things. You have a bunch of already defects on that. So is the defects good enough to offset the fact that you are effectively never going to get anything higher than like a D6? Or is the D20 plus whatever the fuck it is always going to be the better option because it's a D20 and you can just pour shots downrange and there's nothing anyone can do from it? Unless we do... I'm thinking. Apologies. I should be more animated and be more exciting, but I'm like, this is just one of those things where there's no right answer. There's just me sitting here thinking. And that's all that it is, just thinking. It's... The idea of a D20 weapon, the idea of a Juggernaut weapon, is that you will never reach above D6. It is physically impossible for you to reach D6, and even if you use the fucking weapon, you're gonna go down. It is effectively you saying, I want to have the best protection, I want to have the biggest thing. On the other hand, do we even want something like that? What more can you add, though? What can you add to this? You can't add anything. And that's... God. God damn it. Fucking knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. I knew this was going to happen, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like not knowing what I'm doing. I don't like that. It's a terrible fucking feeling. Feels like you were just flying fucking blind. Yeah, it does lock you out of the beat die system. That's